Imagine the entire digital world as this massive, beautifully animated stage. And on this vibrant stage, fraudsters, well, they aren't just common thieves. They act as master illusionists. They're casting these intricate spells of deception, curating the absolute perfect avatars, weaving engaging storylines, and pulling us right into their traps before we even realize the game has started. So today, we're breaking those spells. We're going to expose the mechanics of social media deception.
Okay, let's dive into this. Every single day, we encounter countless new characters in our social media feeds, right? Someone brings you a lucrative business proposal, maybe another shares a heartbreaking backstory, or someone simply drops an incredible limited-time discount right into your lap. So why do our defenses drop so easily? Well, it's because we have a natural, built-in vulnerability to trust what looks neat, professional, and visually appealing. We see a polished profile, high follower counts, and slick interactions, and our brains immediately register it as safe.
An online identity is an image, not reality. I want you to really let that sink in for a second. Scammers completely weaponize our tendency to believe these carefully crafted, superficial images. We aren't seeing their real, messy, everyday lives. We only see the highly curated highlight reel they want us to see. It's essentially a digital mask designed specifically to bypass your skepticism.
Section 1. Unmasking Fake Profiles, the illusionist's first spell.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how it shows the trap being set. It always begins with a curated image, a stunning profile picture, and a massive follower count that was probably set up in minutes. It's honestly like watching a hidden antagonist in an anime put on a friendly disguise just to slowly infiltrate the hero's camp. Verifiable reality, on the other hand, that demands a consistent timeline and independent verification. You literally have to train your eye to look for the glitches in their matrix. Proof of credibility and merely acting credible are two wildly different things. A brand new account isn't always fake, just as a beautiful, high follower account isn't always real. Scammers are phenomenal actors. So we constantly have to ask ourselves, is the identity behind this screen truly verifiable? Can I prove this person is who they say they are outside of this specific app?
Section 2. The Urgency and Emotion Trap. Hijacking your logic.
And this brilliantly illustrates what happens next. Once the fake profile is established, the illusionist lays down sudden trap cards in a high-stakes duel. It triggers an escalating sequence that mimics a rapidly rising anime power level chart. At minute 1, they softly establish trust. By minute 5, their intensity spikes with raw emotions, like extreme fear or greed. And by minute 6, they demand immediate action, completely overwhelming your critical thinking. The more intense the emotion, the faster the decision. This right here is the dark psychology of deception. Scammers use extreme urgency. They'll tell you an investment offer expires in exactly 1 hour, or that a loved one is in mortal danger and needs funds right this second. They do this to completely bypass your natural verification process. They know that if you just stop to think, their entire illusion shatters.
Section 3. The Illusion of Social Proof, Manipulating the Crowd.
So, why do we fall for fake credibility? It's simple. Our brains are biologically wired to trust the crowd. But here is the hard reality check. A credible profile does not equal credible claims. Scammers literally buy fake followers by the thousands. They use automated bots like a shadow clone jutsu to spam identical positive reviews and artificially create a false sense of security. They are explicitly exploiting our reliance on social proof. But remember, just because an account has an aura of massive popularity doesn't mean their unbelievable opportunity is suddenly legitimate.
Many people believing it doesn't make it true. Even if an account is genuinely real or officially verified by the platform, they can still make false claims. Or worse, a legitimate verified account might have been hacked. This means independent verification of the actual claim is always necessary, no matter how many digital followers are loudly cheering in the background.
Section 4. The Final Climax. The Ask. The Moment of Danger.
All right, this is the moment of extreme danger. The trust is perfectly built, the stakes are incredibly high, and the illusionist goes in for the final strike, the ask. You need to pay very close attention to these ultimate red flags: suspicious links, immediate payments, asking for passwords, OTPs, or bank information. No matter how flawless the setup was, demanding an OTP or aggressively pushing you to click an unknown link is the ultimate trap card. This is the exact moment the scammer shows their true face.
So the crucial point is, before believing the words, see where the link takes you. That silence right there, that sudden dramatic pause, that is exactly what you need to do online. You need to train yourself to feel that literal hesitation, that complete, dead stop, before you ever click a mysterious link, hand over an OTP, or send a rushed payment.
Section 5. Stop, verify, and decide. Your ultimate defense. Let's move to and see how this builds your absolute best counterattack to shatter the digital illusionist spell. Step 1. Stop. You freeze the action entirely. You refuse to let their manufactured urgency dictate your speed. Step 2. Verify. You step completely outside their illusion to check independent sources. Call the person directly on the phone or independently Google the company. Step 3. Decide. Only after you have firmly verified reality do you finally take action.
When in doubt online, stopping isn't a weakness, it's awareness. You see, the scammers rely entirely on your rush. They need you to act on adrenaline and fear, meaning your simple, everyday habit of just hitting the pause button acts as an impenetrable, absolute energy shield against their digital magic. It stops them dead in their tracks.
I want to leave you with this final, powerful question to think about. Are you actually verifying the hard facts, or are you just believing what you want to see? The next time an unbelievable offer, a too-good-to-be-true profile, or a sudden emergency pops up on your screen, remember the illusionist. Master your own digital defenses, shatter the illusion, and always, always verify reality. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and stay sharp out there.